What if I told you that the biggest battle you fight every single day is not outside in the world, but inside your own mind? Not your job, not your past, not other people, but that constant voice in your head that never shuts up. The one that replays all mistakes at 2 a.m., imagines worst-case scenarios that haven't even happened, and turns small situations into emotional disasters. And the most dangerous part is, it feels like thinking. But in reality, it's just mental noise disguised as problem-solving. Overthinking doesn't make you smarter, it makes you stuck. It keeps you living in a future that doesn't exist or a past you cannot change. And today, I want to break down 5 powerful psychology tricks that can help you take your mind back from that loop, step by step, in a way that actually works in real life, not just theory. The first trick is called cognitive distance, or in simple words, don't become your thoughts, observe them. Most people say, I'm overthinking, and that statement alone traps them deeper because it creates identity with the thought. Instead, you train your mind to say something like, I'm noticing that I'm having the thought that something might go wrong. It sounds slightly strange at first, but psychologically it creates space between you and the thought. And that space is everything. Because the moment you are no longer inside the thought, it loses authority. It's like stepping back and realizing you are watching clouds in the sky instead of being inside the storm. Thoughts come and go, but you are the observer, not the content of those thoughts. The second trick is the 10-minute, 10-day, 10-month reality filter. Overthinking survives because your brain exaggerates importance. So when something is bothering you, you pause and ask, will this matter in 10 minutes? If yes, okay, deal with it. If not, will it matter in 10 days? If not, will it matter in 10 months? Most of the things that cause anxiety fail this test immediately. Your brain treats a delayed reply, a weird conversation, or a small mistake like a life-threatening event. But time always exposes the truth, most worries are temporary illusions. This simple question forces your brain to zoom out, and when you zoom out, fear loses sharpness. The third trick is the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding reset, and this one is powerful because it pulls you out of imagination and back into reality. Overthinking only exists when your mind is living in a mental simulation. So you interrupt it physically. You look around and name 5 things you can see, maybe a wall, a phone, a light, a table, a window. Then 4 things you can touch, your clothes, your chair, your skin, your floor. Then 3 things you can hear, cars outside, a fan, your breathing. Then 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. It sounds simple, but neurologically it forces your brain to switch networks, from the default mode network, where overthinking lives, into present moment awareness. That shift breaks the loop instantly because your brain cannot fully panic about imaginary futures while it is busy processing real sensory input. The fourth trick is behavior before thought. Most people try to think their way out of overthinking, but that doesn't work because thoughts cannot fix thoughts. Action can. So instead of sitting still and letting your mind spiral, you interrupt the cycle with movement. You stand up, you walk, you clean your room, you write random thoughts on paper, or you do something physical for even 2 minutes. This works because motion changes mental state. Your brain is wired to associate inactivity with rumination, and activity with control. Even small actions send a signal, we are not stuck, we are moving. And once the body moves, the mind slowly follows. And the fifth trick is called fear exposure logic, or simply asking yourself the brutal question, what is the worst that can happen? But you don't stop there, you go one step deeper. If that worst-case scenario happened, would I survive it? In almost every situation, the answer is yes. Maybe it would be uncomfortable, maybe embarrassing, maybe difficult, but survivable. And this realization is powerful because overthinking is not really about danger, it's about uncertainty. Your brain creates endless scenarios to feel in control, but when you calmly accept the worst case and realize it is survivable, the illusion breaks. Fear only has power when it feels infinite. The moment it becomes limited and manageable, it loses control over your attention. And when fear loses control, overthinking naturally starts to fade. At the end of the day, the goal is not to completely silence your mind, that's impossible. The goal is to stop believing every thought you think. Because thoughts are not commands, they are not predictions, and they are not facts. They are just mental events passing through awareness. The more you practice stepping back, grounding yourself, moving your body, and questioning fear, the more you reclaim control over where your attention goes. And once you control your attention, you control your life, because whatever your attention feeds, grows stronger, and whatever it withdraws from slowly loses power.